Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and we have something really cool to do today. We're going to unbox some Captivz Jurassic World eggs. These are actually part of the second wave. I've reviewed officially all of the first wave, and again with Plush Boy Q recently acquiring the second wave of these figures, I went to my local Five Below and picked some up for myself. And I figured what better way to celebrate this fact than by unboxing them here on the channel. So we're going to go ahead, start popping each one of these eggs open, and we'll see which figures we have inside. So if you are actually not familiar with the Captivz figures, I have unboxed and reviewed every wave so far of this line, and I just kind of wanted to give you a rundown. So what you've got here is a really cool egg with some fantastic packaging. And what's cool about the packaging, straight away we have a nice Jurassic World logo right here on the front, as well as the Captivz. And you can see 3 because this is the 3rd edition of these figures. And Clash Edition underneath. As you move along the egg, you could see kind of a sneak peek of what's contained within. There we have an image of a Triceratops kind of sliding out of the egg, and there's some of the slime that comes out. And then as you move along, you can again see more information and everything as far as the egg, and of course here kind of giving you a sneak peek of how you would build the dinosaurs. So once you get this first part off, there's kind of like layers to this, because once you get the first part off, you bring it back in and then you've got this. So now you have a really cool appearance to the egg. It kind of has a nice like textured look to it, some nice color variation and everything included, but you can also still see a sneak peek of the egg itself right there within. Again, same style as far as how it works through the entire area. And then you have the actual egg itself now out. And then once you open this egg, you'll see contained within is the package that includes the dinosaur as well as the slime. And the slime has a reddish sort of an appearance to it. You can see it right there. And something that kids will love. Adults like myself, not such a huge fan of the slime aspect of these figures, but it's worth it to get to these unbelievably gorgeous minis inside. So let's go ahead and finish opening this and see which species we got. So straight away, we've got a booklet here to take a look at that will show us what is in the newest wave of these figures. It also kind of gives you an idea of how to play the game, because there is a game included. Like the figures themselves are part of a game. I have never actually tried it. One of these days I'll have to attempt that with my kids. But as far as the new species that are included, or in general the species, you've got some limited edition ones over here. You've got a limited edition Ankylosaurus with a very cool bluish coloration, as well as a Spinosaurus with a green, and then a Dimorphodon with a silver, and they kind of have like a metallic shine to them, it looks like. I can't say for sure until I actually see them in hand, but up here, we start to see the other figures that are included. We've got ourselves a new Charlie, a new Delta. There's also a Herrerasaurus, which I really want to get a hold of, a new Pteranodon, an Edmontosaurus, which I'm beyond psyched about. There's also a new Baryonyx, a new version of the Sinoceratops, a Stegosaurus. We've got a Metricanthosaurus, so that's super awesome, an Apatosaurus, so it's nice to see another sauropod in the line, a Parasaurolophus, which also looks fantastic, and then, even though I just dropped it, a Pachycephalosaurus as well. So a lot of new species this time around. The last time we didn't have quite as many new species entering the line. A lot of repaints. We did have some new species, but this time we definitely have a lot. And the very first one that I was able to pull out is actually a pretty cool one, and it looks to potentially be the best version we've had of it so far. We've got the Sinoceratops, and we also have the pieces here to put our Sinoceratops together, so let's go ahead and figure that out, because that's always fun, is pushing these pieces onto the dinosaur and getting it put together. Sometimes can be a little bit of a task. There we go. You know, you would think for as many times as I've done this now, as many Captivz figures as I have acquired, that at some point I would start to use my brains and then warm them up, and then you know, it would probably work so much easier to get these pieces on. But you can see as far as the Sinoceratops goes, we have a beautiful brownish version, and I can definitely say that I like this one a lot, and quite possibly is my new favorite version of the Sinoceratops. I cannot get that head all the way in there. I'm going to have to put these guys together a little bit better with some warm water, I think, after I'm done here, but that's a really nice looking figure, and we'll have to review him at some point, and of course, all of these will definitely be going up for review. And the second one is Charlie. We have Velociraptor Charlie. with a nice new paint scheme and some injuries as well, which is something they introduced in the Captivz Clash Edition Wave 1. And we'll go ahead, throw Charlie together, or attempt to, if we don't break our fingers doing so. Okay, these ones are really, really stiff, like more than the other previous waves were. The last time I had a few that were a little stiff, like Velociraptor Blue was kind of a nightmare for me. But this wave seems like almost all of them are stiff, so we're not going to get them together perfectly quite yet, but luckily we'll have an opportunity to take a look at them, of course, in the review when we get the review up. So we got ourselves our first repeat, as we have the Sinoceratops again right here. So again, the Sinoceratops a second time, and that's pretty much a guarantee at some point, unless you're the luckiest person alive. And if you manage to buy the entire wave of these without getting at least one repeat, you should play the lottery, because it's pretty tough to do. But I won't put that one together quite yet, because first of all, I'm having a hard time doing so, and secondly, we have one already put together right there behind it. Oh yes, this is a very exciting one. This is one I was really hoping to get. We got the Metriacanthosaurus, and this one only has the tail to be put on, as the body is already put together, so maybe we can get this one together right now. Yes, look at that. Actually went together pretty quick and easily. So there is the Metriacanthosaurus. That's one that I was definitely hoping to get a hold of. And we've got another Metriacanthosaurus. So instantly we now have a second, which is cool because that just, means I'll be repainting one at some point. And the final one that I was able to acquire here with this first group of figures that I purchased is an extremely exciting one. We have the Edmontosaurus. So yes, this is awesome to have the Edmontosaurus. This is another one that I was really, really hoping to get a hold of, just like the tail went on really nicely, but just like the Metriacanthosaurus again, it's one that is a brand new species to the line, one that I really wanted to get a hold of, see in hand, and own. And it looks really, really nice. I can say the tail is really short, though. That's definitely something that I also noticed on the Metriacanthosaurus. The tail's pretty short, so I'm not sure why, because if you look at the older ones, like that tail is really long, but the tail of the Edmontosaurus here is really short. But regardless, it looks great. The paint scheme, paint application, and everything looks very nice. If you exclude the shorter tail on these newer ones, that is a really cool looking Edmontosaurus. So we got some cool new Captivz figures with this little lot of figures that I purchased. A couple of repeats, but some awesome new species as well with the Metriacanthosaurus and the Edmontosaurus. Brand new Velociraptor over there, as well as the beautiful looking new Sinoceratops. So I'll have to acquire some more of these at some point in the near future, do another unboxing, I guess, but for now I'll have reviews up of these figures very, very soon, so make sure you check back for the review, and make sure you also like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.